Hi team, right, Holy Trinity, we're carrying on, leadership management and training, we're on to training. Love training, absolutely love training, and it's one of my bugbears, okay? Training is supposed to achieve an agreed standard. We have an agreed standard that we have to meet, we deconstruct that objective into those outcomes. So here we go, in order to be a good trainer, you've got to be a leader and a manager as well. You've got to know what to say and do, got to say it and do it, got to achieve the result. Then you've got to have the ability to influence and track an outcome. And if you've ever run training and classes and scenarios and people and personalities and everything going on, you have to manage that. That's probably the best way to learn management, is learn how to train. Okay? So leadership management and training. Now, I use another acronym. I love acronyms, alright, because it makes them easy to remember, and the acronym stays burned in people's mind. So my acronym for if I'm going to run training is SAFE. Alright, I always use SAFE first, because if someone's going to learn what you want to teach them, the environment must be safe. Okay, and I'm going to put a lot of trainers on notice here. Okay, first and foremost, it's got to be safe physically. So you should be doing all your safety checks, giving your safety brief, doing a WH&S assessment. That's professional. Alright, you do that first. From there, it's got to be a safe place to be yourself. Freedom to fail, freedom to ask questions, and freedom to challenge the instructor. Alright, in the military you get challenged all the time. And here's one question that I suggest you ask a trainer in a class to find out if they know what they're talking about or not. This is the question: why do we do it that way? And if you get any answer like, oh, that's the way we've always done it, studies have proven this, that and the other, if the instructor can't say, great question, okay, so these are basically the options. In this situation we could do this, this, this and this. We found that if we did this, these are results, this was the result, and we talk it through, bring the class into it, okay? Get that inclusivity and that buy-in. But you must make the training safe. Totally safe to be, freedom to fail, freedom to question, and freedom to challenge the instructor. Instructors don't like that. Instructors in the military and the police, we've got to get it right, otherwise people die or people get hurt, okay? So here's my SAFE acronym. You can see it up there already. You've got to try and make it sexy, alright? Now, let me qualify this. When you know that you're going to go and do training, if they're not looking at that going, yeah man, I want to do that, that sounds awesome, that sounds really, really good. And I put sexy up there because it catches the eye, and that's what you want it to be. You know, I mean, if you're in the military, you want to do training with snipers, yeah, I love to do that. If you're in the police, getting out there with, you know, the SWAT team and all those sort of guys, great. If you're in the corporate sense, you want to come and be trained by someone that's going to include you and fire up, and just, it's got to be something that appeals to you, right? The second thing, it's got to be applicable, all right? It's got to be applicable and something that you can apply, okay? I'm going to use algebra here from school. I sat in that algebra class, and you did the same, and looked at it and went, where the heck am I going to use this in my life? It wasn't applicable, and I switched off, okay? So yeah, you make it sexy, so when people come in, it's something that they want to do. It's got to be applicable to their job. First and foremost, if you hire me, I've got to achieve your objective and your outcomes for you as a company, right? And then the people in the classroom or in the training room, they've got to learn enough so they can actually go and apply it. Walk out the door and immediately apply it. It's got to be applicable. I always make it fun. It's got to be fun or people don't want to learn. It's the F word you're allowed to use at work, all right? Make it fun, okay? Balance it with it being effective training, okay? Good trainers and good instructors know how to bring that up and down, and as they're going through, to make sure that we achieve the outcome, all right? There is a certain way to apply these acronyms, and if you get me down to your organization to meet those objectives, it's through leadership, management, and training that you achieve those results. And that all come down to one thing: your ability to communicate. Effective communication is a pet love of mine, because I know what it feels like when people do it the wrong way, because it's happened to me and I'm sure it's happened to you. So we'll cover communication next.